Mistakes in the divorce process. Not listening to your lawyer. You have hired someone who works in family law day in and day out, works with many families day in and day out. You should probably take their advice. Venting your frustrations on social media. That is not the place to foster a future family dynamic, because no one on social media is going to say to you, this is probably something better to stay indoors. They're all going to have a comment, and they're not going to forget what you've said. Shopping around for an attorney who fits within your budget. There are plenty of lawyers who have a general practice. That does not make them great at family law. So they may charge you a lower retainer, but at the end, you're going to pay a substantially greater fee, whether you pay it to them or whether you pay it in the errors made in your divorce. You should work with someone who knows family law, the ins and outs of family law, and the people who are going to be a part of the resolution of your case. Relying on Dr. Google to tell you what's going to happen in your case. Google cannot tell you what the child support in New Jersey is going to be. Google cannot tell you what your parenting plan is going to be. Google cannot tell you how to divide restricted stock units. Google can give you generalized information based on a statewide or national, I should say, search that compiles information based on what it finds. It is not going to give you the information that your judge is going to consider in making a determination. It is a huge mistake to not give your lawyer all of the information needed to help you resolve your case. If you fail to provide income, asset, liability, any of this information, all you're going to do is prolong your matter, cost your reputation and credibility, and significantly impact the amount of money that you're paying to lawyers to fix, undo, and now investigate. Be candid, be forthright. It is a mistake not to begin the process of dividing retirement accounts at the beginning of the litigation. You will hear almost every attorney tell you that the retirement accounts get divided at the end of litigation. That's true. They get divided when you get divorced. However, the process of getting them divided should be done parallel to your divorce process, because it takes a long time. It takes a whole separate order. It takes a pre-approval. There's many steps that go into that final division, and it is not done overnight. It is a mistake to change the status quo of the finances that you did during the marriage. So if you paid the mortgage and the other party paid all the utilities, that should continue until the finality of your case. If you were paying down debt, you should continue to pay down debt into the finality of your case. And the reason you want to do that is because you don't want to interrupt the assets or the liabilities. If you stop paying your mortgage, we now have to deal with a divorce and a pre-foreclosure. If you stop paying your credit card debts, we now have to deal with a divorce, the payoff of the debt, and the inability of one party to potentially get replacement housing, which of course couples back to the divorce and what are we going to do with housing. You want to maintain the status quo, if for nothing else than allow you to move forward seamlessly and quickly. The last mistake is not calling Jersey Coast Family Law, where families come first.